Hey, everybody, this is Roy McDonald from MacDon and Associates coming to you with the next episode of Tuesdays with Roy. Today in the studio, I have a friend, former student, former football player of mine when I was an educator, when I was a teacher over at Oxford Middle School way back in the day. And now I have him sitting across from me in the podcast studio. Super pumped. Tate Myre, pumped to have you here, man. Tell everybody a little bit about who you are, what you're all about, and what brings you on the podcast today.
Yeah, let me first off by saying thank you for having me. Feel blessed. Very happy to let everyone know about 42 Strong. As Roy said, I'm Tate Myre. I'm 20 years old. I graduated in 2021 from Oxford High School. Growing up, I played 3 sports all year round, all the time, running around, going crazy. Main sports were football and wrestling, which Rory coached me in, which was a blast. Everyone loved you. We still talk about you sometimes.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow, hopefully
sometimes.
nice things.
Yes, always good things.
Well, I appreciate that.
I work at Rochester Schools for Van Hoosen Middle School as a paraeducator. Been doing that for 1.5 years now, and I'm going to Oakland Community College to hopefully become an educator one day.
Right on. Right on.
And I also coach wrestling and football at Oxford Middle School.
Yeah.
That's Tate Myre simple down.
Yeah. I love it. So you're part of this organization that your family started called 42 Strong. Tell us a little bit about 42 Strong. What is 42 Strong? Why does it exist? What is it all about? Kind of give us a little bit of background on that too.
Yeah. 42 Strong was created after November 30th, after the Oxford High School shooting, when my brother Tate was taken from us. And Tate, at the time, he was a junior, and we didn't know at the time, but he was mentoring tons of kids, and we had no clue. And I knew that Tate liked to mess around with the little kids at football camp and stuff. Like, we all loved doing that. But we didn't know that Tate took it to a whole new level. And after everything happened, we had a mom of one of the football players that Tate mentored, which was in 7th grade at the time. She came to us and asked if we wanted to create a 501c3, a nonprofit, 42 Strong, to mentor kids. And so we took that up. It was December 15th or 17th, I want to say, was like the date that 42 Strong was created. So we were like 2-3 weeks out from the tragedy, and we weren't really sure what we were going to do. And that is when all the brainstorming and hours of thinking and talking came about. And what 42 Strong is we mentor kids. We do 7th through 9th grade mentees, and then 10th through 12th grade mentors. And the mentors are just a friend. They're just a friend to the mentees. And I know myself personally, and probably a lot of middle schoolers would have loved to have had a high school friend. Yeah. I mean, I remember in 8th grade football, when we get to be the water boys for the varsity football team. Oh boy, that was like the best thing ever. Giving a water to the senior running back, and yeah, it was awesome. And then if you did see him outside of the football field, they would say, "Hi, Ty." I'm like, "Oh my gosh," so excited.
Yeah, yeah.
And we believe at 42 Strong that if the shooter had a mentor or someone to look up to, that day could have never happened. So we believe that everyone needs a mentor to just get up another level in your life, no matter where you are. If you're depressed, or if you need a mentor for business, really anything. Mentors are great ways to keep going in life.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more with that. So one of the things, and this is just, sidebar kind of conversation kind of deal. One of the things that I'm super passionate about with having a background in education is taking my love for teaching, right? Like, I don't necessarily just need to teach you math, science, social stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I really enjoy this real estate side of things, and being able to take my love for real estate and my love for teaching and combine the two and be able to teach you something that I love now, that I'm in every day, is super fun. So we've taken on anywhere between like 12 and 14. I think we just brought a new one on the other day. His name's Brandon. Yeah, same thing. Like, taking something that you love and being able to pass it on to somebody new or the next generation, or, I mean, go down the list, right? Like, that 100%. I can feel exactly what you're saying. And I can think back to when I was in middle school. When I was in middle school, I graduated in 2010. So about 10 years after you did, 11 years, I guess, or before you did.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. My bad. But I can remember in middle school, one of the things that they let us do is there was the water boy thing at Chippewa Valley High School that they would let us do. But then also they had this like banner that you got to hold. Did you guys do that too? So there's a banner. You know how like at the Michigan games, they run out and they've got like the sponsor banner and everybody touches it and whatever. They would do that. And we had the ability to go and like hold it. That was like the cherry on top is if you got to hold the banner. And the seniors would always rip it down and like run away with the banner and stuff like that. So like, yeah, I can definitely understand and feel exactly what you're talking about of like, it's not even necessarily just like I get to hand out the waters. It's who I get to hand it out to. And the fact that they're giving me a high five or a pat on the back or, you know, like running back takes off down the field for a touchdown and it's 40 yards away or whatever. And the entire sideline is going crazy. You get to be a part of that, right? Like, it's that family camaraderie in atmosphere that like kids, not just kids, people, you just need it. You know, it is a necessity 100%. So, tell us a little bit more going into a little bit more in depth with that. What are some of the stories? What are some of the things with the mentorship that's happening now that you guys are seeing as a result of it?
Yeah. So actually most of the magic, we like to call it magic, the mentor magic. So we get together once a month with the entire program. We call them our monthly meetings, and usually we'll play games. Last year we had a speaker too. Kind of just depends on the month what we're doing, but we get together, just hang out, have fun, do some like team building activities sometimes. And then outside of that, that's once a month. And then outside of that, we want to try to get mentors and mentees to hang out one-on-one at least 2 to 3 times a month. But depending on the people, you know, there are some that are playing sports, so they're more busy. But we would like them to hang out at least 2 to 3 times a month, one-on-one, and that can be whatever. Go get ice cream, go get a smoothie, go to the arcade, go to the park, just throw a football around, just anything, just to hang out, talk. And that's where the mentors really work their magic. And one of the cool things is that what we didn't really realize in the beginning of starting this is not only are the mentees getting an amazing thing out of this, but the mentors are as well. Being able to look after someone that's a couple years younger than you, to where you can still be their friend, but you still have to be kind of like a figure to them, like a role model, the mentor. And I mean, I know, because I love to help people out, and there's no better feeling than making another person smile and happy. There's nothing better than that. And that's like our little hidden thing with our mentors is they're making the mentees happy, and they're feeling good about it too. And that's really what life's about to me, really. I mean, just going around making people happy, and it goes around. And back to what we were saying earlier, when the mentors mentor the mentee, and then by the time that mentee is a mentor, then they get to have their own mentee. Yeah. And they can pass along what they learned from their mentor and all those kind of great things.
So is it right now, on the practical side of things, what does this look like in terms of, I know you said you guys are meeting once a month. That's your monthly meeting, you said you called it, right?
Yep.
And then the mentors are getting together with their mentees just on a more sporadic, like, hey, when you're available basis, get together with them, go out and grab ice cream, go out and throw the football around or a baseball around, like go out and do something, right?
Yep.
When it comes to location of where these things are happening, is majority of it taking place in Oxford right now?
Yeah, majority. I know some kids, like by chance when we match the kids, sometimes it just happens they happen to get with someone they already know, which we try not to do, but it happens sometimes. So some kids, like I know there were 2 that they knew each other because the mentee's sister was like friends with the older brother of his mentor or something. So they knew each other already, and like they went skiing, they went out of town, not like out of town, but like they went to like Lake Orion. But most people stay in Oxford and stuff. when they're hanging out. Yeah.
I gotcha. Even your guys' monthly meetings.
Yeah.
Those are
our
taking
monthly
place.
meetings. Besides, we did have one, which was in Ortonville, which was at a farm, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool at a farm.
Okay. So as this is growing and as this is getting bigger, I know we talked about this. We don't just like jump on the air. We sit down and we talk a little bit before jumping on the cameras, right?
Yeah.
But the intent behind this, and you guys have had people reaching out to you from the UP, from other states, things like that, when it comes to like, hey, we see what you're doing with 42 Strong. We see the value in mentorship. We see the value in how it is that you guys are going about mentorship. Bring that here, right? Like that's something that has come up a lot, which tells you you're stirring up the waters, like in a really good way. People are seeing it and they're seeing what it is that's happening and what you guys are able to do in the community, in the schools, things like that, which is awesome. What's kind of the vision for this? Like, where's this going? Is the intent to have this be like, hey, come out to Oxford and be a part of 42 Strong? Or is this obviously not tomorrow, but in the future, is this something that you guys are really thinking through the idea of expanding and seeing grow?
Yeah. So last year, that's something we've always wanted to do. We always have wanted to expand because we think mentoring is one of the most important things in the world today. I mean, with our mental health crisis right now in this day and age, it's not good. I can't remember some of our stats off the top of my head, but yeah, mentoring helps that a lot. Crap, what was your question again?
It's all good, dude. What's kind of the future next steps?
Future.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to expand. We talk about it a lot. I mean, we want to expand. We're not quite ready. We want to make 42 Strong perfect in Oxford before we go anywhere else. We want to make sure everything is down to every little perfect thing. So when we do expand to Romeo, Lake Orion, Roseville, anywhere, that it's ready and we have people that can go teach other people in that in those cities how to do these things, how to run them. So yeah, we're probably, I think, maybe 2 or 3 years out of expanding, maybe.
Okay.
But that all depends on how fast we can get things perfect, which we've actually been doing better. We've been figuring out some things which we didn't think we'd get done for another year or two, and it's starting to get done already. So
it's coming along.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Yeah.
It's coming along.
That's awesome. So right now, just to give people a quick idea, how many people do you have participating in 42 Strong?
Yeah. So last year, in our opening year, we had 250 kids, which was crazy. Yeah. Especially in our opening year. We weren't even expecting 100. And this year, in year 2, we have 450. So
you have more than doubled.
Yeah.
Right. Like, well, you said 250?
250 to 450.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've doubled. You've essentially doubled. And is it a pretty even split between mentor and mentee?
Yeah, pretty much. That was actually one of the hard parts. When we were recruiting for the year, tons of mentees signed up, ton of mentor girls signed up, and the mentor boys were the ones that were slacking. No surprise there, really, though.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, no, as guys ourselves, I mean, that's how most guys operate.
Sure.
And so we did tons of social media blasts, putting posters in school, businesses around town, trying to recruit more male mentors. But yeah, we have pretty much an even split between boys, girls, mentors, and mentees.
Okay. And that's, I'm assuming that number is even still growing. Like, you still have people reaching out to you. No one's going, hey, never mind, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. It's a, hey, my cousin actually was asking about being a part of this too. Can I bring him? I'm sure you guys are getting that stuff too.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. So it's funny you say about the boys too. Like, it's funny, you know what's probably reality though is like, boys end up showing up. High school boys end up showing up wherever the girls are at. So no wonder eventually here you are, right? Like, the dudes are showing up.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. I'm very thankful to have had you say yes to coming on the podcast and being a part of this, and really lifting up 42 Strong and what it is that you guys are doing. not just within Oxford, but in northern Oakland County and hopefully the rest of the state in here in Michigan, and expanding to the rest of the US too, because it's a good thing. And it's cool to see. This is the biggest thing that I want to say to you regarding 42 Strong is like, a lot of times you hear about these things happening, these school shootings, and oftentimes what I see people do is it becomes this like angry, like fight the system. Why is no one doing anything? Why are we, everybody's wrong. Like in you guys, although a lot of that is true, you guys went, yeah, it is wrong. Let's go fix it. Let's go make something happen. This is the way to actually do it. And it really doesn't benefit us to sit here and complain about it. Like, yes, we can complain when we get home. And when you're as a family, I'm sure that comes up, right? Like, this is hard. It's difficult. It's really hard. Lost a brother. It sucks.
Yeah.
But there's also a sense of going, nope, I'm going to tighten up my shoes here and continue what it is that Tate was already doing, continue what it is that the legacy that he created, and continuing to do that and really spread it. It's very encouraging for me. And I know it's very encouraging for some of the people who are listening and want to be a part of it too. So I don't want to say kudos to you, but yeah, dude, kudos to you guys. Like,
thank you. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely something that my dad growing up, he's pushed through. Be tough. Be tough. That was one of my dad's things. Be accountable for yourself and be tough and keep pushing through everything. And that's something that's kept me going this past year and a half. And another thing, which we were talking about a little bit before we started, is when everything happened, I obviously was just broken. I was felt like I was rethinking my whole life. And throughout high school, I've had times where I was close to Jesus, not close. And, during this time, I was really like, why would he do this? And I kind of like completely lost myself. And for a couple months, probably almost a year, I'd say. And then within the past 6 months, maybe, I've been trying to go come back to Jesus. And I haven't been so much happier since everything's happened. And I just feel so much better. And I actually just had a buddy that just lost a brother a couple days ago. He called me at like 12:30 at night, and he usually doesn't call me often. I'm like, huh? So I pick up the phone, and he's like, hey, I just lost my brother. And I was watching a movie at the time, so I just shut my laptop and listened to him, and there's really not much to say. I mean, people didn't know what to say to me, and I went through this a year and a half ago. I didn't know what to say to him.
Yeah.
And I mean, I told him, I'm like, hey, I know even if you're not super religious, I used to not be super religious. Like, I've been on and off with religion my whole life. And I just want to tell you, this is how I've been trying to think about it. God's doing this to make me stronger because he sees me doing greater things in the future. He's doing this to make me tougher, and so I can keep pushing. And I think that's a mentality that a lot of people should have, even if you don't believe in Jesus or anything. All of the things that happen to us are to make us tougher because there are going to be greater things in our future.
Yeah. It's a good word, dude. It's a good word for sure. And it's a heck of a way to wrap this up, bro. Like, that was good. Yeah, man. Super thankful having you on. Super thankful just to be able to get together and catch up too.
Yeah, I know.
Have a cup of coffee and hang out.
Yeah, it's been so long.
Yeah, dude, it's been a bit. It has been a bit. Because I think you were 8th grade when I started there, right?
Yep, 8th grade.
Yeah, so it was only 1 year. Yeah, but either way, thankful to have you on. Anybody who's listening today who's like, hey, I want to know more about this 42 Strong thing. I want to know more about what it is that you guys are doing in Oxford, in the community, kind of some of the next steps. How can I participate? How can I be a mentor? How can I get my kids to be a mentee? Whatever their next step might be, what would you say to those people?
So yeah, if you would like to do any of those things, donate, or just check out our website or social medias and learn more about us, or if you would like to bring 42 Strong to your city one day, you can go to our website and social medias. They're all the same thing, 42 Strong Tate. The website is 42strongtate.org, and 42 Strong Tate is all of our social media platforms.
Yeah. So check that out. I'm sure you guys' contact information and stuff like that is on there if they need to have more question answered. But yeah, man, super thankful to have had you on to be a part of this. And catching up. It's been awesome. For all of you out there who have questions, for all of you out there who might be struggling in some of these ways, or you want to have your children participating in 42 Strong, that they need a mentor or they need to be mentoring somebody, reach out to these guys. They're awesome. The Myre family, have nothing but great things to say about them and what it is they're doing over there in Oxford. But super thankful for you all. Super thankful for you, Ty, for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, super excited to get this information out to you guys. But besides that, you guys all have a very blessed day. We'll be seeing you.